Hi, my name's Sam Dale and I'm a pilot helicopter instructor here at 723 Squadron. I teach young guys like Ben how to fly helicopters.
G'day, I'm Sub-Lieutenant Ben Martin and I'm currently a line pilot on the Augusta 109 helicopter. I've been through the Squirrel, which you can see here, which Sam actually instructed me on and taught me how to fly helicopters. And now I've kind of moved along the pipeline onto the Augusta 109. The Augusta 109 is basically building on the skills that you learn on the Squirrel as the basic training helicopter, and it's a good stepping stone between the Squirrel and the Seahawk, which is where Sam's background is.
The course is around about 6 months, so we take guys that have never flown a helicopter before, they've got fixed wing training, and then we teach them how to fly, the Squirrel in around about 6 months. I've always loved flying, and I think the military, offers some of the most challenging and interesting flying that's around. So that was the obvious choice, and the Navy's a great place to do it. We've got some great helicopters, and we go all over the world and fly.
I think for instructors, the thing that cracks them up the most when they're teaching us guys how to fly helicopters. Yeah, sure, we know the rules and stuff now of flying in the air, but we'll go out to the middle of a huge paddock over on the airfield and the instructor will lift up to the hover, and it just feels really, really awkward at first, and you're lucky if you can maintain the helicopter in a football field size, and these guys are just having a quiet chuckle to themselves. And then after a couple of days, few hours in the helicopter, you can fly around and do a circuit straight back, and your instructor will say, I want to hover over that patch of grass or that rock on the field, and before you know it, you just go straight in there, and you'll have the feature on the ground, and you've got a dead steady hover. So yeah, stuff like that's pretty cool once you get the hang of it, and gives these guys a bit of a laugh as well.
It's quite rewarding for us to see the guys who one day couldn't do it, and a couple of days later they're all over it. They've adopted those skills and techniques, and they're flying a helicopter.
All the pilots go through the Squirrel training, but when you're ready to move on to an operational aircraft like the Seahawk or the MRH, they're two really awesome helicopters, and the decision's put back on you, so you can think about what sort of type you'd like to fly.
Seahawk's obviously at sea, hunting for submarines, whereas the MRH is more of a support helicopter, carrying troops, carrying stores and supplies. I became a pilot because I love flying, and chose the Navy to do it because we get to operate all around the world and in interesting places, and it's really challenging flying, and helicopters are a unique challenge to deal with.
We go straight to do our officer training at HMAS Creswell, just down the road here, down at Jarvis Bay, so pretty nice area to be working. That was 6 months, and then I was straight off to pilot course, same as Sam, at BFTS in Tamworth on the little CT4. And I think it was less than a year from when I joined to when I did my first solo in a plane ever, and on basic pilot course. I still remember the day now, just taking off the runway, and you look in the seat next to you and there's no one there, and then it kind of just hits you all of a sudden. You're like, well, I better not stuff this up because it's all resting on me. From there, straight onto the PC9 over at 2FTS, and moving on to the Seahawk at the end of the year, which I'm really looking forward to.
The most exciting thing that I've done since flying. I took a Seahawk and to the Gulf and was there for 6 months. We pretty much flew every day. Didn't miss one flight the whole time we were there, and we were in support of the government operations up there. That was quite an exhilarating experience. We were working closely with the whole ship, and everyone was on the same team, working together to get the job done. So that was a really positive experience as far as working as a team with 200 other people, and achieving the aim, and everyone coming back safely 6 months later.